because that one had kind of tapped out. And we just gonna catch the natural one. So if you can like some. Good?
Oh yeah.
Good, good. All right, y'all, so I am with Mr. Uncle P. I want to talk to you about so many different things today.
Okay.
But I don't want to hold you up though.
I'm here. You got me. So let's do this.
So for everyone, or for the people who don't know you, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are?
Little bit about me. Who am I? Uncle P, entertainment consultant. I've been referred to as an ambassador for hip hop for the city of Detroit. I wear that proudly. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the only one. It's a few of us. Shout out to everybody that holds the flag for Detroit and for music business in general. You know, so I'm gonna keep. That's about as short as I can keep it. If I could start going into stuff, we'd be here all day.
So how long have you been in a position that you are? You know, doing music, doing shows. How long have you been doing that for?
Ooh. Okay, well, I'll go to after college because I was doing DJing and being on the radio in high school and stuff like that. So I'd say probably about 94.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You ain't know I was
that's
at
a long
all.
time.
Right. You ain't know I was at all, huh? Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, when I came back from Atlanta, I got a degree from the Art Institute of Atlanta in music entertainment education.
Nice.
You know, so I use my degree in just about all aspects of the music industry. I tell people all the time about the only thing I haven't done in this music industry is ride the wave and tour with someone that has a hit record at the time.
Nice.
So about everything else, I done did it, you know, so.
Is there any reason why you chose music over anything else that you could have been doing?
You know what? I don't know if I chose it.
Okay, I like that.
You know, I think it chose me because, I mean, I can't get away from it. You know, on days that it don't treat me right as much as I hate it, you know, I just can't leave her alone. You know, it's just that, like that woman you addicted to. I mean, and I guess, you know, music chose me, so I submitted.
Got you. So let's see. A couple of things that I noticed just on the Detroit Rap page, outside of just the Detroit Rap. You do the Underground Hip Hop Awards.
Yes.
The beat battles.
Yes.
And then I also sing Urban Ambiance Radio.
That's my passion right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about that first?
Okay.
How did you start doing that?
Man, I don't know if I want to just say that because, I mean, you know, so many people start biting. They be like, this is what he did, so I'm about to do the same thing. I'll just say this. A lot of what I do is fulfilling a void.
Okay.
The DJs had shine. The artists have shine. But the producer, the people behind the music that's making it, never really got a chance to get in that spotlight. And me, you know, one of my best friends in the world, you know, Will Black, shout out, you know, he's a producer. You know, so I've had that passion around me for making music. You know, I do it too, but I do it when I'm mad to release stress and anger. You know, I let the professionals do what they do. But all these internet radio stations, and I'm like, what's missing from this? You know, there's a lot of older people that grew up with hip-hop, and we have to put it in the trunk a lot of times when we have children because of the content that's with it. So, you know, we can't let our kids hear all the cussing, all that stuff. So I said, how can we remain in hip-hop and be fans of it, you know, and not expose our children to the stuff that's, you know, bad about it or unruly, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, man, it would be dope if we could just have all beats all day. So Urban Ambiance radio station, where beats matter, is basically an internet radio station that streams beats 24/7. Hip hop infused, whether it's with jazz, metal, rock, you know, pop, hip hop, you know, neo soul. It's just got a certain groove to it that's dope. So you'd be surprised. I mean, Waka Flocka will play one and Jay Dilla next to it. And because it doesn't have words over it, it still flows.
I like that.
It's music. You know, you still keep your groove. And a lot of people don't like the lyrics that's on this trap music, but I can't lie, you know, it gets you pumped. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
And then how does someone maybe like submit their music, or how can they get involved with it?
At me.
Okay.
Yeah. Holla at Uncle P, urbanambianceradio.com. Go to the website. You know, it's information there. Submit your tracks. Just send to. The cool thing about it is if you have your paperwork in order, if you have your publishing, your ASCAP, your BMI, you know, your sound exchange, all that stuff. Every play on my station represents a play towards your publishing.
Nice.
So you will get paid. Now, it ain't no $1 million to spend. You all know how y'all complaining about streaming, but
it's something.
I mean, but it's something, you know, and those add up. You know, my station could be the start of many stations doing this kind of stuff. You know, I just hope y'all remember where y'all got it from first. Give me credit for some.
So before we even talk about the others, let's talk about monotonizing.
Okay.
What's some ideas? And I have to step away because I do not want us to die on while we're doing this.
What up, though? I can't see who all on there. If you on there, good looking out. Appreciate y'all. Happy to be in the building. Butter, piece of the action. What up, though?
I don't want this to happen at all. Okay. Sorry. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. About monotonizing. So I noticed in my endeavors that you have really good artists, but you don't have people who know how to make money off of their craft. So how have you, or how do you notice that other people actually go out and say, yes, this is what I want to do, but I understand that I have to make money. So maybe here are like a few ideas, or here, this is what I could do to actually make money off of this thing.
Well, I guess first, let me say this. One of the reasons why people say this entertainment, this music business is a young person's game is because young people don't have as many responsibilities as an adult.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to start with that. You know, if you wait past your time, you know, that's no disrespect. That's not saying you still can't do this, but understand you got to work that much harder.
Right.
Because if you older, people that's into investing, you know, they don't see a long shelf life for you. So they want to invest in something they can grow with.
Right.
But to be honest, it's just about getting out and doing it. You know, most of the problem I see with most people is they talk all day about what they want to do and they don't put any action behind it. I mean, you can start there. Get up and do something. You know, I know that might sound very simple, but I mean, that's what I see 75% of the time is the problem. They never decide to make a decision and say, this is what I'm going to do and do it.
Right.
You might mess up. One of the best teachers is mistakes. You know, learn from these mistakes. You know, as long as you can get back up, then nobody shoot you dead on the ground, you can still fight. You can still win. If you don't quit, you're going to win eventually. You know, and for me, it's really that simple. Once you decide you want to do something, the internet is a wonderful tool. You can learn how to do anything you want online.
Right.
You know, now it's good to have somebody that understands what you're learning online and can help you apply it and provide direction. That's a lot of what I do with SP Marketing and Promotions. I'm an entertainment consultant by trade. That's what I do for a living. You know, and I have clients outside of music too, but you know, it's my passion is where the music is. So just get up, do something. Get out of your own head. You know,
Yeah, that's a good one.
get out of your own head. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes and view you for a change, and think about how you may be perceived. Like I just put a post on Facebook today, you know, basically about thinking that everybody know you. Like I could leave here and think everybody in the world saw this interview, and I go to the store and be like, yo, don't know me and paper was just done. How you whack. Like, no, bro, I got work. I always believe I got work to do.
Yeah.
I stay working. I believe I work hard, roll up my sleeves, and sooner or later, people that see what I'm doing and want to be a part of it come. And I welcome them with open arms. Let's get it. You know, you see the vision, you believe in it too, then let's get it.
Right. Cool. So then let's first talk about the beat battles.
Okay.
I love the beat battles.
Okay.
I think they're amazing. So the Michigan Beat Battle League.
Yes.
I said that right.
Yes, you said that right.
So how did that start? And what made you want to start that?
Excuse me. I've been doing producer beat battles for maybe 10 years now. Red Bull used to come do a global thing, and they would do beat battles all around the country. And when they came to Detroit, I was their point person here for that. So shout out to Red Bull for that opportunity and helping, you know, staple me as the guy here in Detroit for doing it. But yeah, it's just, like I said, a way for producers to get discovered in a entertaining type environment. You know, beat battles aren't for every producer. Right. You know, and I get that. Beat battlers are the gladiators of the producer culture. You know, high energy stuff. It's amazing. We've had some great producers come out of our beat battle scene. The Michigan Beat Battle League was actually just created this year at my annual event, Beat Retreat, which is I rent a campground up in Auburn Hills, and producers just come and we're out there all night. We got cabins, we got a big lodge, the producers showcase there, and I just had a meeting with all the producers and I said, look, I would like to see this go to another level. I don't want to see y'all continue to have to battle each other. Let's get a league together. You know, the one thing I can say, it's a lot to be learned from the rap battle leagues. You know, they've really shown us a way of how we can expose ourselves to the public. So, you know, I've taken a lot of what we do, you know, from that culture. Shout out to the rap battle leagues. Y'all really done gave hip-hop a new life, new breath for what y'all doing. So I'm trying to do that with the producer aspect of things. So that came out of Beat Retreat.
Nice. Yeah. I like that a lot. A whole lot.
I love it. I'm very passionate about it. I haven't had one person that actually came to a beat battle and say this was whack. You know, they love it. You know, it's something different, you know, for hip hop, you know. You go to some of these shows and there's people rapping all day, you know, and it's like, can we break this up? Right, exactly. But who don't like beats? Who don't like to bob their head and be like, yeah, that's dope. So, I mean, so our beat battles are at DIME, Detroit Institute of Music Education, down on Griswold, downtown Detroit. We have moved them to the fourth Saturday of every month. The fourth Saturday of every month is the Michigan Beat Battle League. You can go to urbanambianceradio.com and get information on that, because Urban Ambiance Radio is the main sponsor and driving force behind the Michigan Beat Battle League.
Nice. So what about these awards that you have coming up January 7th?
The awards, yes, January 7th. This will be our fourth annual. Personally, this will be my 5th award show. Okay. I did my first one in 2010. That was a great, successful event. You know, at the same time, it showed me when you're trying to do something great, even though you know what you're trying to do is good, it's always going to have some people that, you know, are against what you're doing. And when I did that in 2010, mentally, I wasn't prepared for what came back at me. Like, I'm a loving person, you know, so this was all for the community. And then to see all the hate and people talking about they boycott and wanting to run up, and it's like, I didn't understand it.
Right.
You know, but it made me a better person. It took me a few years, you know, I decided I want to do a couple other things. And then, you know, I was messing with one of the guys in the scene who was doing management, my man Brandon Scarborough. He was managing an artist visa, you know, and I was seeing what he was doing. I was like, you know, you want to work on something together? And he was like, sure. So I told him I wanted to rehash the awards and do something. And, you know, me and Brandon locked arms and did what we did that first year. And then that second year, shout out to our sponsor that's been with us, set 2, 3, and now 4, Mighty John Entertainment. Shout out to Mighty John, my man Johnny Hawkins, the Warrior Lawyer. You know, he believes in what I'm doing and he believes in the mission behind it. You know, he believes in Detroit. You know, so we got to do what we do, man. So, you know, participate, be a part, you know, do what you do. Don't complain.
Right.
Be a part.
And then the voting the polls are closed now, right?
Yes, the polls have been closed for a little, about 3-4 weeks now.
Nice.
So the winners have been determined. The plaques are already in a safe. You know, I done had the plaques for a week. You know, Uncle P is organized. Like, ain't no waiting till the day before.
Right.
You know, it has their names on the plaque. It's not just a trophy with a name of the award, you know, because I want people to see their names on them, you know. When their kids or their parents go by and look at that award, they see the name,
right? You
know, that was my son, my daughter, my dad,
right?
You know, my mom.
Right. So let's say year 5, not to say, you know, year 4 won't be a success, but year 5, let's say if an artist wants to win an award, what do you think the qualifications to be on that list and in that poll are?
Well, let me first make this clear. This is not the UncleP Awards.
Right.
I did not sit up here and say, I want this person, that person, this person. That's not how this goes. I poll almost 50 tastemakers in the city. You know, people that are out doing stuff. People that are in scenes that I personally am not into. And I asked them, who do they feel are the deserving artists based on the criteria of putting out product,
right,
consistency, and getting out and doing what artists are supposed to be doing. You know, you can't just be in the studio all the time. If you're not out here connecting with the streets and people, you know, it's going to be hard to get yourselves considered. Now, in October, UHHA nominations at gmail.com is where you will send your information, your videos, your music, your EPKs to, per se, put us onto you, because we're not gonna sit up here and say we know everybody that's doing everything. You know, it's so many outlets now that we can't possibly know. But at some point, you artists are gonna have to take responsibility for making sure people like us know what you're doing, so we can talk about you.
Yeah.
You know, take some of that responsibility with us. I mean, I do. My bad. I'm a look, but let me know. Remind me. You know, so yeah, so just speak up. Speak up respectfully. You know, you ain't gotta be disrespectful with your concern. You know, just put it out there.
I've seen so many different things that are coming along with the awards. I've seen the VIP party.
Okay, well, It's going to feel like a party because St. Andrews has just opened up what's called the Society Room.
Yeah, I saw that.
So for you people that was back in the day when 3-4 floors of fun was going up there, when all the real hip-hop was going on the 3rd floor, it is non-existent anymore. They have turned that into a wonderful bar that opens up into the balcony area. You have your own private bathrooms up there. You got your own bar up there. There is seating for everyone up there. And what's new is they put a camera, so the screens that's in the society room is focused on, the camera is focused on the stage. So you can sit back with your drink, some chicken, you know, and watch the award on the screen. If you don't want to watch it on that big 20-foot by 20-foot LED screen, that's going to be there, courtesy of Flex LED. Shout out to my man, D. Armstrong.
Nice. So again, it's January 7th.
January 7th, 4 o'clock, 4 to 8. This is not one of them ghetto events that say 4 and we're going to start at 7. You show up at 7, you're going to miss 3/4 of the night.
Right.
Seriously, I mean, you are. We don't, I'll tell you this. If you're not in the building by 4:30, you're going to miss it. Like, I mean, we've had some artists that came late, and it's like, bro, you gonna bring us back up there? We won the award. I'm like, no. You missed it. Be on time.
Cool. So just a couple more questions, because like I said, I'm not trying to keep you all tired.
I'm having fun.
So let's say, so one of the quotes, and you kind of just said that same quote just a minute ago. One of the quotes on your website, in your About page, on the Detroit Rap website. Okay. It says, if an artist and or entity has an obvious fan base and are in the marketplace doing the things it takes to become successful and making quality music to be consumed by the public, then they deserve some publicity on Detroit's home for hip-hop rap, DetroitRap.com. So I just want you to expound just a little bit more on that. And you mentioned it just a little bit, but just the importance of making sure that you connect outside of your current connection.
I mean, it's mad important. I'm going to use an example. With our host for this year's award, DJ BJ. That's my man. Love him. And y'all don't try and twist this up because I know how y'all get down. But what I notice is, and this ain't on him. This ain't on him. It's just he has that top tier outlet. But what you have to understand, there are other outlets under DJ BJ. And it's important to hit everybody. I hear people say all the time, I only mess with BJ shows. Okay, so then you're only going to be able to benefit off of the things that BJ has for you. Right. I mean, BJ my man, but he can't play everybody music. I mean, you know, just get around. I tell people all the time, hit the Chitlin circuit. You know, any of these promoters that tell you, man, you only need to be rocking my shows, you know, you need to stay loyal to me. No, that promoter is not concerned with your well-being because that promoter can't do everything for you. You got to get out. You got to talk to other people. You know, my reach is different from BJ's. His is different from mine. You know, and that's just an example. So get out, talk to people. You know, I can't stress that enough. You know, people think with social media that everybody sees what you're doing. Yeah. You know, and I hate to tell you, social media has gotten smart. Right. Facebook, Instagram has gotten smart. Yeah, sure any post they think is an advertisement, you might be lucky if 20 to 50 people are seeing that. And then don't get liked. It's over from there. You know, people ask, somebody said to me the other day, P, you buying ads? I want to be seen. Right. Right. I want to be seen.
That's what they there for.
You know, this is promotion. This is advertising. I want to make sure 5,000 people saw this post. I don't want to leave it to chance. Right. Now, out of those 5,000, shoot, it might be 5% that actually respond. Right. But I gave myself that opportunity in those odds. So you got to get out here. Don't be afraid to get out your comfort zone. When you stay in your comfort zone, you're going to get what you've been getting. The same stuff. You know, I've noticed with my life, I've seen and accomplished some great things. And it's just about me stepping out of my comfort zone. I am from Pontiac, Michigan. Pontiac, Michigan. I was not scared to get in that car and come down to Detroit and go to the Lush Lounge every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday. I was down there faithfully. I had people ask me, P, can you take my music? No, but you can get in the car and come with me.
Right.
And after I talk to somebody, I say, hey, this is so-and-so. And then you build your own relationship. Get out, meet people, talk to people.
Nice. Okay, so let me ask you. It's about like music appreciation in Detroit. So is there anything that like the general public or consumers or just industry professionals, is there anything that you think that people could do just to be a little bit more supportive of artists and their craft? You know, because I think it's a two-way street. Like, artists got to put themselves out, but then people also have to be supportive.
Well, here's my thought on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's always a lot of talk about what we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
If we spent more time talking about what we do like, we give what we do like a better chance at success.
Okay, yeah.
You know, people say, you know, the street music takes over Detroit. You know, that's the only thing out there. And it's not. You know, you got the hip-hop cats, you got the conscious cats, you know, you got the people that's not talking about the trap. But what happens is the people that relate to trap life talk more.
Right.
They're more boisterous about what they love. They are prideful about what they love. They walk around saying the lyrics. I saw somebody at the bus stop the other day talking about T Grizzly, no effort. I'm like, okay then. But why can't I see somebody doing that on a Super MC record or something off of Bodie James, you know, or something like that? You know, we have to become better champions and spokespeople for the things that we love and not just giving energy to the things that we don't like. You know, people talk all the time about how the young people and this dumb mumble music. Okay, well, that stuff can't be successful without consumers supporting it. I'm not going to sit here and say they dumb and all that, because a lot of the stuff I listened to, my mom was like, what is that? You know, so I mean, it's just a time, man. You know, music is entertainment. I'll say this, most people don't want music for educational purposes. Right. So if you're very preachy in the music that you have, just understand that your bass might end up being a little smaller. I'll say this, I got my 1,000 hardcore fan rule. People always want 1 million fans, but before you get to 1 million, you'll see 1,000, right? If you could get 1,000 hardcore fans to spend $100 over the course of the year, how much money is that? Let's break that down to $50 over the course of the year. Now, how will we do this? Drop 2 albums over the course of the year. Bring a t-shirt with each of those albums for merch. That's a good living for somebody doing what they love.
Right, yeah.
You know, that is possible. I don't care what you're talking about. You can find 500 people, you know, with the internet, you know, so get out there. Work with who you can get, man, and be thankful for them. You know, be thankful for every fan you get, because there's millions of artists, there's billions of records out there. They could be listening to something else.
Yeah, I'm going to stop this one. We still going to be on Instagram. I don't want it to die. Yeah, we still going to be on Instagram. I just don't want it to die.